Do this one thing if you want to become an expert in your own time management. Hi, my name is Lilly. I'm a behavior change coach and the director of coaching and training development at Body Brain Alliance. Today, I want to talk about the number one tip that I give clients who want to improve their time management skills and be able to become a master and becoming more efficient with their time. It all starts with a time audit. So let me tell you a little story. I had a client come to me once and say, I really want to improve my time management skills. I feel like I'm just flying by my day and I look at my to-do list and my priority list and I'm not getting any of the things that I wanted to get done. All that list keeps doing is rolling over to one day after the next. And I feel like it's always looming over me. But I feel like when I look at my calendar, every time I put these things on my list, they don't get done. I block them in my calendar and I'm not following through. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? And this story probably feels all too familiar with you if you've clicked on this video, and something that I work really often with clients. I love time management. I love helping clients in their time management skills, but often I see them jump ahead into what they want their outcome to be without assessing what is currently happening in their life. That brings me to what I originally said, which is a time audit. If you are struggling with time management, you don't know how you're actually spending your time, you don't understand where the time is going or how your priority list just isn't getting any shorter, those things just keep looming over and over and carrying week after week, it's important to instead understand what is currently happening with your time before we're making a plan of what we think our time should be. We can use a simple example of checking your email. So let's say you have this idea in your head that checking your email in the morning when starting off your workday should take no more than 15 minutes. So you confidently put that 15-minute block on your calendar for the next day. You wake up, you are ready, and you start diving into your email. But then before you know it, you get the notification that you should be transitioning immediately from that checking email to another task. And you haven't even gone through a quarter of the emails that came through over the last 12 hours. This can put you in a position of feeling increased anxiety or stress or feeling like you're already behind and it was just the first thing on your calendar. This can give you some insight that maybe you're not having a concrete understanding of how long things take you. You're expecting yourself to be more efficient than what you currently are. And that's very, very common. We very much expect ourselves to be way ahead in our behaviors and our goals and our progress than where we currently are, which really leaves us frustrated and disappointed and on that constant hamster wheel of trying to get better but not effectively utilizing the skills to do so and getting stuck and disappointed again. So in this case, what I recommend is to fully understand how you are currently spending your time. Before you go in and you put 15 minutes for email and 30 minutes for a meeting and an hour for X project, I want you to choose 2 to 3 days during that week, one of those days ideally also including a weekend day, and to retroactively log the time that you are spending on certain tasks. So let go of the unrealistic expectation that checking your email should take you a certain amount of time. Instead, lead with neutrality. Get curious. Almost become your own researcher in your time. And ask yourself, how long does it take me to go through my email each morning without judgment and without shame? When you are going through your day, be able to start your morning. Look at the time. What time have you sat down at your desk that you feel fully focused and ready to dive in and open that inbox? Be able to log that on your calendar retroactively. Then go through your email at the normal cadence that you typically would every morning. Be able to log that time. How long did it really take you? Did it take you 15 minutes? Did it take you an hour? Again, we're not leading with any judgment or shame or guilt here. We are currently acting as researchers to understand and investigate how long things typically take us. We are then logging that time. We also want to account for times where we are human. and we get distracted. We pick up our phones and start scrolling on Instagram, or we go and we have a snack and we take a break and we make a meal. We want to account for all of those things. And when we are doing it in a neutral, curious way, it's giving us so much data to understand where we currently are so that we can make changes from there to improve our time management and our efficiency. After you have a full day of data where you are able to see how you spent your time, you can then reflect on that data and determine what are some areas that we can be more realistic about. What are some areas that we can be more efficient in? So maybe you noticed that as you were working on a certain project, you got distracted pretty often. You were answering messages from your team in the middle of the project, or maybe you picked up your phone and was scrolling on social media. Then it gives you some insight on if there's some skills that need to be happening there. Maybe some mind management or thought rebuttals or cognitive reframes to allow you to stay focused and concentrated during that time to be more efficient. It also prevents us from overloading our calendars for the future, because if you have a much better idea of how you're currently spending your time, and it allows you to become more efficient in some areas and trim down some time, it gives us a really solid idea of when we get an additional request and people ask us if we have the capacity to do it, we can look at our calendar and know for sure if we actually do without blindly saying yes and feeling overwhelmed with trying to fit it in. A time audit can be extremely powerful to understand where you currently are to set you up for long-term success. Have you ever done a time audit before? If so, let us know down in the comments so that we can hear your experience as well. If you found this helpful, make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you in the next video.